Mr. Karel Roessingh on piano, Kelby MacNayr on drums. Let's give him a hand, please. Could I ask for some more enthusiasm? Okay, yeah. Woo! Right, thank you. Okay, and so, yes, thank you for that lovely little opening. I'm going to invite people to stand on up if you wish. We're going to sing our opening tune. It is the call and response, Celebrate, which is to the tune of Circulate by Karen Mitchell, a fellow minister from somewhere in, actually, I can't remember if she's in Texas or in California. Anyway, somewhere in the States. Lovely, lovely, lovely woman. So many songs. Okay, so you guys are the red. So you guys do your part with Kelby. And yeah, let's get this party, well, started already. Continuing.
One, two,
Celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love. Celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love.
celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love. It returns to me, multiplied abundantly.
Celebrate my joy right now. I celebrate my joy.
Celebrate my joy right now. I celebrate my joy.
Celebrate my joy right now. I celebrate my joy.
Celebrate my joy right now. I celebrate my joy.
Woo!
And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly.
Celebration, it's a proclamation, it's a love vibration round the world and beyond. Celebrate my gift right now. I celebrate my gift.
Celebrate my gift right now. I celebrate my gift.
Celebrate my gift right now. I celebrate my gift.
Celebrate my gift right now. I celebrate my gift.
Woo!
And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly.
All right, everyone, say hello to your neighbor. All right, maybe we can speed it up a bit. Celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love. Celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love.
Celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love.
Woo!
It returns to me, multiplied abundantly.
All right, thank you. Mr. Karel Roessingh on piano, Kelby MacNayr vocals and drums, VTC Community Choir in the seats. Go ahead and have a seat. Thank you. All right, yeah, lots of different rhythms in there. Okay, could we have the next slide, please? Thank you very much. All right, so here we are at Celebrate on a Sunday morning at VTC. I feel like there are a lot of people out in the sunshine and nature right now instead of being here with us. So thank you for being here in person. And so before I go any further, I want to ask, is there anyone here on a Sunday for the first time? Christy, are you here for the first time on a Sunday? Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have Christy, who has been here at Elevate before, and then we have Cam sitting next to her in one of the big comfy chairs. Can we welcome these two beautiful souls the way we do here at VTC? We love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. Let's give them a hand. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, and so where did you guys walk into? I mean, it's Cam's first time. Christy has been here at Elevate before, but we basically are a place that is all about love. You know, we like to talk about how there's only one thing going on, and that one thing goes by many, many different names. We can call it spirit, we can call it source, creativity, energy, the quantum field, lots of other things, but at VTC we tend to talk about it as love. And because there's only this one incredible, powerful, dynamic thing going on, it means that everyone and everything is that, okay? So Shannon is love. Winnie is love. Shannon's dog is love. Your little dog isn't here today. Shannon's dog is love. Cam is love. Our community is love. The chairs and the tables that you're sitting on is are love. And the music that we just heard and participated in, all of it, every single aspect of life and living, all of it is love expressing. And because there's only this one thing going on, and it's everywhere present all the time, it means that no one is more or less loved than anyone else. So this incredible power, this dynamism, this vitality, this creativity, not only do we have access to it every single moment of every single day, it is who and what we are. And how do I know this? Because the board gifted me this incredible sweatshirt at Christmas, right? Love is my true nature. That's how I know. No, this is what we teach in New Thought. This is what we teach because there's only one thing going on. We're all interconnected, divinely intertwingled. And anytime we choose to experience more of that love, we can do so just by shifting our perspective, changing our mind, thinking a new thought, embracing a new belief, telling a new story, opening our hearts just a little bit wider. So how does that sound here on a Sunday morning at VTC? Okay. Well, let us also remember where it is that we are gathering, where it is that we are amplifying the love that we are gathering on Lekwungen territorial land. And what a gift and blessing it is to be here on this land, in this space that has been stewarded for so long, so intentionally, with so much care, so much love, so much purpose. So what a gift and blessing it is to be here together in community on this land, showing up and celebrating the way we are. Haichka. So now is an opportunity for us to tune into that power, that presence, that love that we are. And if you would like to close your eyes and just receive, that is totally 100% fine. If you would like to sing along, the lyrics are going to be up on the screen. This is a mishmash of one song with some added lyrics and then based on and inspired by a poem by one of our members, Bonnie Stone. The poem is called A World. You can go ahead and switch the, thank you. Just gonna take a sip of water. I'm not alone, 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 I'm not alone. I imagine a world full of love and light. Conversations are easy and beauty surrounds. Expression is welcome and hands are held, saying hi, bringing joy as we go around. You're not alone, you're not alone, you're not alone, you're not alone. each other and our Mother Earth. We're not alone, 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 we're not alone. We are never, ever, 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 ever alone. Because there is only one thing going on. It means that everyone and everything is that. So as we open our minds, as we open our hearts, as we allow ourselves to more fully embody that one thing, that thing that at VTC we like to call love, there is so much opportunity to show up more and more as that love we truly are. So as we smile, as we choose joy, as we embrace peace, as we know that everyone and everything is forever and always divinely intertwined and interconnected, what a gift and blessing it is to be here now, together in community, celebrating that love that we truly are, knowing that as we celebrate ourselves, we celebrate each other and our world. So knowing that there is so much love present and that there is always more on its way, I simply release my word as law, knowing that today's Celebrate Sunday is not only love amplified, it is pure love expressing in every aspect, every element, every morsel of our time together. So I release, I let go, and I bask in this beautiful, communal, divine, loving flow as together we affirm, and so it is. I imagine a world full of love and light. Conversations are easy and beauty surrounds. Expression is welcome and hands are held. Saying hi, bringing joy as we go around. I'm not alone, 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 I'm not alone. Bring your light, bring your joy, bring your laughter and gifts, bring your love and your magic, your power, your worth. Let's imagine a world where we care and grow as we nurture each other and our Mother Earth. You're not alone, 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 you're not alone. We're not alone, 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 we're not alone. So just hanging out in this frequency of love and connection and togetherness for just a few moments longer. Allowing ourselves the opportunity to bring into our mind's eye and into our hearts someone we know could use some affirmative prayer, some spiritual support, some intention. And just allowing our beloved to land and be held in our hearts, knowing that as we hold our own person, our own pet, our own beloved in our hearts, we hold everyone together. because really there is only one big, loving, universal heart, one breath that unites us all. So as we hold our beloveds, we let go of any circumstances, any experiences, any thoughts, beliefs, or feelings, and simply focus our attention wholly and undividedly on the wholeness, allness, and wellness of each person. And as we do so individually, we amplify that knowing collectively. So here we go, just a few moments of holding and trusting and knowing. I invite everyone to receive a beautiful, life-affirming, cleansing breath in. And as you release, gently open your eyes. Thank you for your presence and your consciousness. All right, moving on. Every month we have a theme here at VTC to anchor us so that we can tune into something that we can lean into, that we can expand into or be expanded by. And this year so far, we are pulling from our VTC Values Compass. And this is the fourth pillar that we have on our compass, and it is relatability. And the statement to go with relatability is, we welcome and inspire community with enthusiasm and joy. And so you can stay seated, but I would love to declare this together, announce it in whatever way feels comfortable for you, just to see what happens in your body, what's happening in your soul as you say these words. So take a moment, take a look at this affirmation, see what it is that is happening for you, is being stirred within. And we'll all take a breath and just offer this together into community. We welcome and inspire community with enthusiasm and joy. Winnie, I love.
Well, joy with a capital Y at the end.
Okay.
I mean, we better do it perfect. I'll stand up. There you go.
Right on. So there's some enthusiasm right there, right? So now is an opportunity for one or two brief shares if someone would like to offer something into community, something that's alive for them, something that's on your heart, on your mind. This little frog today, wow. Anything that is being stirred within you, having to do with the theme, the music, or anything that you've experienced so far, because here we are in community, and there's some enthusiasm right there for sharing. Winnie. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Lesia. I just wanted to mention during the meditation, the last sentence of the meditation was something about letting go of history and thinking about destiny. I can't remember how it went exactly. Do you remember that one? But
It'll be in my talk, yep.
Yeah. And I was just thinking how it's kind of comforting to know we don't really have to figure out this life that we're doing, that, for me anyway, that I don't have to look back on my history. I can just know that my destiny is happening where I'm supposed to be. And I know that I came in here by being invited by a friend to come, Maggie, back in, it was November of 2024.
Yep.
That I was invited to a special event here. And I showed up and just felt this amazing connection here, not knowing how it was going to change my destiny of being here. It's been really an amazing journey. The community that's been created. Then going last week, which was, we talked about this last week, but to be at the talent show that happened with all the New Thought communities coming together was amazing. And then finding that one of them is here today. Was that the one you were at? Because I was also at a second talent show. I went to another talent show on Friday night and thought, oh, I wonder if it was that one, because they had one at the Church of Truth last Friday night.
Right.
And a smaller group showed up, but it was an amazing event from 5 till 8.
Yeah.
And I performed there too. So I thought community is lovely, and it's really nice to know that we have these different new thought centers around, and we can, but we're here in this space with these amazing musicians that come, and it just feels great. So I'm welcoming, and I'm inspired by community with enthusiasm and joy. Everybody's hands up, please, for the capital Y. There we go. Look at the joy.
Woohoo! Thank you, Winnie. Thank you very, very much. Can we give Winnie a hand, please, for that lovely share? Thank you. Time for one more brief one, if anyone has anything that they would like to offer into community. And if Kelby, have at it.
I've been reflecting. So we had this idea of creating a summer concert series on a Friday night. And it's been really interesting to reflect and to put that out there to the community, and to recognize that community is something that we need, that is not always easy to put a finger on. It's not always easy to say, oh, it's my running group, or it's the little grocery store that I go to and there's somebody that I know, or it's the library, or it's VTC. But recognizing that in a world of Netflix subscriptions and, some would say a less integrated human contemporary society in terms of real face time, that these moments are beautiful and powerful. And as I've been reaching out to some of the musicians in the community and telling them about this space, the enthusiasm and joy on both sides of that equation, both from Lesia and members of the board who are like, yes, let's make this space available to vibrate, let's bring people in. And then speaking to musicians and community members, just the excitement around connection, around coming together to share moments and magic has been beautiful. And I think that term, those two words, enthusiasm and joy, are really at the heart of it. So I've been pretty inspired by that.
Has it started then?
No, it's going to start mid-June, probably the 12th, but that's a secret.
That's been broadcast to the world right now.
Oh yeah, I hope you can come too. Yeah.
No. No.
Oh,
No, 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 no,
It'll
no,
be
no.
the whole world. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but every Friday from June 12th up until we close for a couple of weeks in August. There's like eight to 10 of them. Yep.
And there's also a community on Thursday night.
There is.
There is. We're going to talk about that later. All right. Okay, thank you very much, Kelby. And I'm delighted that there is enthusiasm and joy that is being received, that is happening, that is being cultivated as you plan for this new offering that we're going to offer. Okay, gentlemen, feel free to take a break. There's no more music for a little bit. And next slide, please. Thank you. All right, so this morning, as I was preparing for today's talk, I ended up going in a completely different direction because I got an email in my inbox from someone who I follow on Substack. And it was so good, and it was all about her experience after attending a couple of events and the impact that some of the speakers that she encountered had on her and the work that she's doing as a transformational coach and intuitive healer. And so the email itself came from Michelle Barr. The quote that we had in meditation is hers. There will be a few more. And the speaker who really kind of blew her mind is transformational coach, former monk, and author Jay Shetty. And he was doing a talk at some conference. I don't know what conference it was at. She didn't say. But he talked about how at any point in time, and we've talked about this a lot here too, we are in a state of being that is either primal or powerful. that there's this constant tug of war going on for us. Are we showing up according to the circumstances that are going on around us that are maybe activating our survival brain? Or are we showing up standing in our inner spiritual authority, in our agency and choice and knowing, grounded in love is my true nature? And so he said that this is going on a regular basis all the time, right? This is what I know, this is who I am. Oh, wait a minute, this is vying for my attention and I'm getting caught up in this spiral or going down the rabbit hole of whatever else is going on around me. And so what he said that really made her go, whoa, was that beliefs are decisions. What does that sound like to you guys? I see some eyes going up. I see some thinking. Beliefs are decisions. Okay, one of the things that we talk about in New Thought is that we are always at choice. And not just at choice, we are always, always choosing. Every single moment of every single day, we are choosing. We are making a decision. Most of the time, we're not even aware that we're doing it, okay? As research has shown that about 95% of the time, we're just going by rote. We're going on what we have thought, what we have believed, what we have experienced, the memories, all the stuff that has happened to us before. We're just recycling it and doing it in some way in the present moment. And then if we don't do something different, we're going to continue doing that in the future. But about 5% of the time, like when we come together in community here at Celebrate or Elevate on Thursdays, we are consciously thinking. We are consciously, intentionally opening our hearts. We are more present than we normally are because we know that there is so much more to life than what we can experience through our five senses. And that if we don't allow ourselves opportunity to open up to that, then we're going to continue simply experiencing life through our five senses, which can be kind of limiting, okay? Not to say that it's bad or wrong, but there are limitations to what we can experience through our senses. And so his whole thing was that as you go through this tug of war from moment to moment to moment, as you realize that beliefs are decisions, you really have to start thinking, well, what is it that I am deciding? What is it that I am choosing? And so the title of my talk, super early on in the talk today, is Beliefs Are Decisions, so what are you deciding? And so what he wanted to make clear, and what we talk about here, and what Michelle Barr talked about in her email, is that there is always the opportunity to create life from the familiar versus the unfamiliar, from the known versus unknown, from a state of surviving versus a state of thriving, from reaction versus vision. And so as I kept reading, he talks or she talks about how decisions become beliefs. Beliefs become filters, and then those filters, or that lens, which is something that I talked about last week, is how we create and experience our life. And if that lens is based on decisions that are based on beliefs that say, I don't know how, I'm not enough, life is, there's danger lurking around every corner, then that filter is going to show you and guide you towards all of those circumstances and opportunities and experiences that prove that this filter is the exact right filter for you. So you're going to get more proof of how you're not good enough, you don't know how, life is going to hell in a handbasket, all of that negative stuff. But the same goes for positive or different ones, or open-ended or open-minded beliefs, right? Where you're open to new experiences, you're open to new opportunities. I have no idea, but I trust and know I'm going to be guided along the way, and whatever I need, the resources, the people, the connections, the money, the time, the energy, it's all going to show up for me. I have no idea how, but I know it's possible, right? And if that's your lens, if those are the beliefs that are informing your decisions, you're going to have a very different life experience. Yet we tend to go back and forth. Because sometimes we are confident, we are anchored, we know this, right, in every fiber of our being. And then something happens, someone says something, we are triggered or stimulated and activated in a way that has something to do with something that happened in the past, and boom, we are dragged right back to that experience, that emotion, that belief, and then because that belief is still sort of running the show in the subconscious, then that becomes our experience in the present moment. And so what Michelle Barr writes is, when we operate from external authority, we allow conditions, opinions, fears, past experiences, and other people to determine our choices. There is this amazing spiritual principle in New Thought, specifically in science of mind or religious science, that comes from Thomas Troward, where he said many, many moons ago, principle is not bound by precedent. And what that essentially means in plain old English is that there is nothing that you have done, nothing that you have experienced, nothing that has ever happened before that could possibly have any bearing on who and what you are at your core. Even if you drag the experience into the present moment, who and what you are is so infinite, so powerful, so creative, so resilient, that there could be this multiplied a million, gazillion, billion, trillion, cajillion, infinite fold, and who and what you are at your core is still bigger and more powerful than that. So it doesn't matter how much of this stuff went on, there is still that in you that is always so whole, so pure, so powerful, so intact, that at any moment you can tune into this and change your experience that's happening in the moment, even if it's in relation to this that happened before. She goes on to say, when we operate from internal authority, this is our meditation quote, we choose from vision rather than reaction, from possibility rather than protection, from destiny rather than history. So basically, just because something has happened before doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Just because life has looked and felt a certain way before doesn't mean it has to unfold that way going forward. Right here in the now moment, we're at a crossroads every single time, and our work is to intentionally, consciously choose this. Love is my true nature. Love is my true nature no matter what. Now, here's the thing. There's this change your thinking, change your life, phrase, statement that has been around for a long, long time. And once upon a time, maybe that was enough. Maybe you could change your thinking and you could change your life experience. But I can only speak to personal experience right now in this lifetime, in this body, in this experience that I'm having. And what I can offer, and a lot of you know from my experience from last year after being in that collision, how thinking was not something I could even do. Because of the concussion that I was experiencing, I could not focus, I could not think. I was an absolute wreck, mentally and emotionally. I could not even pray. And for someone who's in the consciousness business, for someone whose job it is to be able to pray and know for myself and for others, to not be able to do that was one of the most distressing things I have ever experienced. And so the thing that I turned to was the body. And at the same time, I was in this relaxed money program that was all about money and the nervous system, and I was learning more and more about the nervous system, even after working at a chiropractic clinic for 3.5 years, where all I was immersed in was the nervous system, but somehow this new way of, experiencing was like, whoa, this is so cool. And so the whole point of what happened for me was I had to get into the body. And by getting into the body, I was able to signal to my brain, to my nervous system, that it was okay to go through what I was going through, that it was okay that I had the tools, I had the capacity to be able to process the emotions that I was feeling and experiencing. And in processing those emotions, then slowly but surely, through that signaling of safety, I could begin to access my mind again. I could begin to pray again. I could begin to transform. And so the whole change your thinking, change your life, for a lot of people, it's not enough. Because if your body goes into protective mode, which is fight, flight, freeze, fawn, if it goes into protective mode, it goes into survival mode. You're going into the back part of your brain, and there is absolutely no way you don't have the capacity and you don't have the calories to learn or experience anything that is brand new. Okay? Your brain can't do it. And so you need to signal safety. You got to have your nervous system practices. You got to be able to regulate in some way. There's so many different practices. Do whatever it is that you need to do, because then that allows you to process the emotion. And so often there is emotion that is anchored and entangled and enmeshed in these beliefs that we have. So just to simply say, think a new belief, tell a new story. Well, that's all well and good if it's something that is easy, but what if it's something that is more layered? What if it's something that is more ingrained? What if it's something that is longer standing? What if it's something that is generational? What if, for whatever reason, so thinking isn't enough, you got to get to the emotion. And then just like David Hawkins says, once you get to the emotion, you work through, you process and metabolize the emotion, any thoughts, any beliefs associated with that emotion, they just dissipate. And that's when you start entertaining a new belief. Because now you have the capacity. Now you're back in this part of the brain, the middle and prefrontal cortex, that is all about focus and being in the present moment and clarity, right? And action. So signaling safety is so, so important, because thinking or believing something new, it triggers that primal state that Jay Shetty was talking about in his speech. And that means you're in survival mode, and it means there's limited capacity. Making a new decision, opening up to the unfamiliar, same thing. But when you signal that safety, process the emotion, those thoughts and beliefs dissipate, you increase the capacity to open up to the love you truly are and embody it more fully. Now, last week, there was something else cool that happened. There was a screening of a film, a documentary called Who Do You Think You Are by Alan, thank you, Bass, and Jose Garcia. Winnie was there. Was there anyone else here? I think it was just Winnie and I. No, John, did you go? I can't remember. You didn't go. It was so good. It was at the UVic Multi-Faith Center, and I really would love to, at some point when it is available, to screen it here, have a movie night here, because it was just an hour long, and then to just have sort of a discussion afterwards, because it was so good, because it was all about consciousness, and it was all about how it is essential in order for any kind of change, any kind of transformation on the individual level, on the societal level, on the systemic level. It is about consciousness, not about finding solutions or changing things sort of at the external or the conventional level. We have to go deeper. We have to go underneath, because these problems, these challenges, these obstacles, they were all created from a certain level of consciousness, and the solutions for those things are not going to come from that same level of consciousness. So we need to not just remember who we are, we need to embody who we are, and we need to then show up every single moment, again and again and again, not just for ourselves, not just for our community, but for our world. And so what the cool thing was one of the people that they interviewed at the very beginning, it was Neil Donald Walsh. At the very beginning, he said something along the lines of, the greatest problem in the world today is that we don't remember who we are. And then the last thing was from him, and what it was, you are an individuation of God, so act like it. And I was like, oh my God, I love that, because I wrote something so similar in a book that I published with a bunch of authors a couple of years ago. So this to me is a declaration and an invitation that all of us could take to heart more, right? It's not just enough to remember. You know, like according to Rupert Spira, we don't need to remember. We just need to be. We just need to be more of who we are. And so back to Michelle Barr and the email that she wrote, she also is talking about how we're always at choice, every single moment of every single day. Transformation is not about controlling circumstances. It's about changing the source from which you make your decisions. Now, there's this book called Good to Greatness, and I may have read from it here before, but there are 20 authors who participated in putting this book together a few years ago. I was invited to be one of them. And basically, they're 1,500-word essays on how to move from good to greatness. And so this is what I wrote, and this is what I want to end with today. When I make a decision from my vision instead of from where I am today, I am consciously choosing to let go of the old thoughts, stories, and beliefs that have gotten me to this moment and open up to something new. Living our greatness is about being willing to continually step out of our comfort zone. It's about leaning into, embracing, and embodying the infinite energy, spirit, love we truly are. It's about consciously choosing to know that we are spiritual beings having a spiritual experience. It's about being in integrity in every aspect of our life, even when it's hard, and especially when no one's watching. It's about making decisions from our vision to challenge, stretch, and propel ourselves into possibilities we couldn't have imagined, trusting and knowing that no matter what, all the resources required to make our decision right are available to us right here, right now, and always. So my question to you is, are you ready and willing to live your greatness? The choice is yours. You are infinite creativity, resilience, and love. Now act like it. Thank you, and so it is. Me and Neil Donald Walsh, same wavelength. All right, so now is some time for some conscious connection. If you would like to, then now is an opportunity to gather in little groups of 2 or 3 or 4, just to unpack what you've heard, what you're experiencing. And I will ding the meditation bowl in about 7 minutes when it's time to come back. Okay? Thank you. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning.
Maybe having a set extra. If it wasn't some this evening above your head, they're telling, okay, do this, do this, do this.
I sure am. All right, everyone, come on back. You, all right, so I'm just going to hand out the You Are Beautiful blessing box. There you go, Lorraine. And as you're coming back, I'm just going to let you guys know about just a few announcements, events happening here at VTC. Tonight, Jen Lang is back with her Sunday night soundscape and meditation. There is a flyer in the foyer. You can also scan this QR code, or you can just go to the events page on the website. That is the perfect place to go. Teresa.
I came to this building first through Jen Lang's sound that she's having tonight.
Yeah.
It was months and months ago, but it was through the residents that I had in this building through this evening with Jen that made me curious about what else happens here. And
I
so just
love when
wanted
that
to
happens.
plug that.
Yay, thank you, Teresa. Okay, I'm just about to do that, Winnie. So Teresa, one of our regular attendees at Celebrate, just offered that she attended VTC The Space through one of Jen Lang's Sunday night soundscape and meditation. That was her entry into VTC, and it was phenomenal. And then because of that, she was curious about what else was happening. And we see Teresa pretty regularly at Celebrate. So thank you. Cross-pollination. All right, next slide, please. Coming up on Thursday, our brand spanking new, relaunched, revived Elevate 2.0. It has a different flow. There's a lot more music, and one of the cool components that is new as well, we're following a book for the next couple of months. And the book that we're following right now is Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist. We just went into part 2, so we still have about 2/3 of the book to go through, and it's just such a wonderful, connective, immersive evening. It feels really good for everyone involved right now. So come and check that out on Thursday evening, 7 to 8:30 with the Elevate Trio. Kelby, our band leader, is the drummer and vocalist for the night. Come on down. Coming up on the summer solstice, Saturday, June 20th, here from 6 to 9 p.m., another summer solstice reset with Becky Willis and Illyria. There's going to be a 9D breathwork journey, and then immediately after that, Illyria is going to open up with a sound or continue with a sound bath to help everyone to integrate and process while everybody gets 3 minutes of Reiki from Becky. It was such an incredible event last year. Was there anyone here that went last year? I feel like you guys, Kathy went. Okay, so Kathy was here last year, and yeah, we had a full house. It was such a beautiful event. I really invite you to come. It's just so good. Such a way to welcome in the season and the longest day of the year. And and then in September 18 to 19, the Canadian New Thought Conference in Nanaimo. We'll be talking about this more and more, but probably the most important thing for people to know is that the early bird rate is available till the end of June. So that is 1 more month, and you get to save $100, I think, on the conference. We'd love to have a whole group of people coming from here. VTC is a sponsor of the event, and we are a sponsor of the event, and then there will be, there are 3 main people, Amy Bishop, Monique Gray Smith, and Todd Maffin, who are the keynote speakers, and then there will be other smaller workshops. I think I'm going to get to do something, but they're still in the planning stages. No, but they did get a really good deal with the hotel that's right across the street. Yes, yeah, thank you. All right. Any community announcements, quick ones, anything that anybody wants to? Yes, Shannon has something fantastic.
Hi. So it has been brought to my attention that we all need to gather to have a picnic together. So I'd like to kind of throw it out there and see. Well, I guess the first thing we'd have to figure out is what day would be the best for everyone. And I'm kind of thinking maybe would Sunday after next Sunday work? I don't know how to do this, Lesia.
You know what? You're you're talking about it, which is great. You're planting a seed, and then
I think John is going to help me.
I think Sherry Morgan is probably involved in this as well, right? No.
Okay, because I wasn't sure who Sherry was.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Okay.
Blenda is my mentor, and Blenda will be my guide for this, as it's something I'm quite new at doing. So I think I will follow her wise advice. But does anybody have any days that they can't? Like, if anybody could think of a reason that maybe the week after.
I think what we'll do is, because you just mentioned this, and we do need to finish up, then there's going to be some communication going around about this, and I'm thinking a little farther out than 2 weeks from now so the people have some time to plan, right? But yeah, that's great. So there is a picnic that is in the works. Fantastic. Thank you. You know what? This is kind of the first I'm hearing about it. So it's just in the visioning stages. But I would say yes, potluck, so that's a way for people to participate as well, okay? And that's it for now, because we do need to finish, sorry. So as this bowl is going around, just a reminder, this is our abundance bowl. And so I am putting in my contribution for today. If you would like to contribute something to honor and to champion the amazing programming that we have going on, whether it is Celebrate, whether it is Elevate, and then just the ability and capacity to host all of these other people in the community with their offerings, then I invite you to drop something into the bowl. If you are not physically putting something in here, then I invite you to at least place an intention, okay? An intention for abundance, an intention for community, an intention for prosperity for all of us. All right, and we'll just have a few more moments of music, and then we'll sing our closing tune. The You Are Beautiful blessing box. Could someone please bring up the You Are Beautiful blessing box that got put on the back table there? Thank you, Danny. As that beautiful abundance bowl is going around, I just want to thank Mr. Karel Roessingh on piano today, Kelby MacNayr on vocals and drums. I would like to thank Kathy for greeting. And I would also like to thank Danny, who's in the back on tech, and Glenn is somewhere around here. Can we give everyone a hand, please? Thank you. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to invite, right. Reverend Blenda's not here, so I get to do this. So if we could just quiet down just a little bit and just close our eyes and lower our gaze for one more moment, allowing ourselves the opportunity to just revel in everything that we've experienced. Allow ourselves to embrace just a little bit more enthusiasm and joy, inspired by our time in community, knowing that as we choose enthusiasm, as we decide on embracing joy, that we find more to be enthusiastic and joyful about. So for all of the love, the enthusiasm, the joy, for all of the inspiration is present, for all that is on its way, I simply say thank you for it all, and yes, please, to more, as together we affirm, and so it is. And with that, I invite everyone to stand on up. We're going to shift gears. We're going to close this out and sing this fabulous Ginger Coil tune, Higher Frequency.
Set us up with that C major with that.
And remember, when the orange comes on, that is your part. If you want to try and sing the other stuff, there's a lot of words. Feel free. They're up there for you to see what's going on. But
1, 2, 1, 2.
everybody's waiting on a revolution they've developed from an illusion. I think first it's gonna take a revelation, shift their minds and consciously awaken to the positivity. Human beings should be full of love and light and inner peace. Vibrate to a higher frequency, higher. This is you, higher, higher. Remember that for next time. I was young, I looked for love in empty places, got myself into some situations. Now I've grown, I know my past does not define me, and all the love I could ever need is here inside me. Took so long for me to see it was waiting here for me. The love, the light, the inner peace. Vibrate to a higher frequency, higher, higher, higher. Walk the earth in search of every explanation, but be aware of your own co-creation. Take responsibility for your conditions, and don't forget the power of your own volition. There is joy, there is pain. They are one and the same. It's a choice we choose to make. Vibrate to a higher frequency. All right, dance party. Bless your neighbor for the week, everyone. All right, come on back. I am love. Are you ready? I am love. I am light. I am in a peace. You are love. You are light. You are in a peace. We are love. We are light. We are in a peace. Be the love. Be the light. Be the inner peace. Woo! Higher, 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 higher. Be the love. Be the light, be the inner peace. Woo! And that's another Celebrate Sunday here at VTC. Thank you so much for being here in person, online. We love you. We appreciate you. We are so glad you're here. There would be no community without you. Thank you so much. Thank you for helping to put the stuff away, and we will see you next week. Gentlemen.